Love it.
The second episode, and he chose to come on ours. I'm very honored.
I know. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So I said I'm going to learn the banjo this year. It's not going well at all, but it is going.
We're here. You're doing other things. You ran a marathon. You
I'm practicing. I have banjo lessons once a week. It's not going well, but it is going.
So what makes you keep going? Like, is there something in the, like, what allows you to keep, like, what makes you up every morning?
It's my self-love. It's the fact that I do this for me each and every day. I don't do this for anybody else. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm not trying to win people over. It's like, no, I know that one day I'm not going to be able to do these things. So I need to do these for me. I need to wake up. I need to go to work. After work, I need to go to the gym, and then I need to meet up with my friends, because if I die tomorrow, I'm not dying knowing that I came home from work and I binge watched Netflix for 5 hours when I could have been out for a run with one of my best friends, or catching up with an old friend over a glass of wine, or doing a workout class with strangers and making new friends. Like I prioritize myself over anything or anyone else. And I think because of that, I know I need to do all these things because that's who I am. Yeah. That's what, I don't want to say, it's pretty bad, but like, that's what like metaphorically gets my dick hard in the morning. Like, you know what I mean? Like that idea that I do this for me and nobody else.
But I feel like you also set like a threshold for yourself. So now you're kind of used to the adventures and just having something exciting going on all the time.
So the tough part about that is there's days where I'm not this, you know, I'm like, the one day a month where I'm just like, I need to take the day
Only
off.
one day?
Yeah, probably literally like one day
crazy.
a month. But then that's the one day it's like, I happen to have plans that day. And they're like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing's wrong. I'm just like,
you're rejuvenated.
I'm tired. Like, oh, why'd you come? I'm like, because this is how I charge my social battery. Like I said I was going to come, I'm going to come. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, but like you're not you today. I'm like, okay, so everybody else just carry on. Like you don't need me to have a fun day. Like I'm here.
Yes. Okay. So I resonate with that a lot because my job, like teaching Pilates and teaching overall, like Pilates, sometimes 4 to 7 classes a day. And I love what I do. Like whenever like I'm teaching, I'm excited. But then there's the days where I'm like the in between from like, the one class to the other class, I get to just be a little more internal. And it's just like, there's nothing wrong. You don't have to be on all the time.
There's nothing wrong with not being on all the time.
And that's
I think the problem is the people that expect you to be on all the time. It's like, hey, you're allowed to have an off day. You're allowed to not have a on day. It's not even an off day. It's like you're allowed to have a normal day where you're not super on. But when people expect you to be something every single time, it's like, hey, I don't do this for you or you. Like I do this for me. Yes. So I don't have to. If I don't want to do it today, I don't have to. Yeah. And me and my mom, we always joke. She'd be like, oh, you need to do this. And I was like, Mom, watch what you're saying. She'd be like, I don't need to do anything. Yeah. I'm going to do this because you asked me nicely and I love you, but I don't need to do this.
And you're choosing to do it.
Yeah, I'm choosing to do this because that's what I want to do. And I always have this conversation. If you do a good deed for selfish reasons, is it still a good deed? Yeah. And I've had people say, oh, no, it's not because you did it selfishly. And I said, do you think the person on the other end of that deed cares why I did it? Yeah. If I'm giving away,
they just want you to show
the YouTubers that give money to the homeless for views. Do you think the homeless care about why those YouTubers gave them money or food? No, they don't. They just care that they got money or food.
And they're there showing up.
Yeah, and they're there. And then, like MD Motivator on TikTok, he's Canadian too. Yeah. He gives away money and does all these amazing things. And it's like you read the comments, oh, this guy's so fake. He's just doing it for clout. It's like, first off, I don't think so. I think he's doing it out of the goodness of his heart. But secondly, even if he is, like he's changed so many lives and he's motivated other people to do good and to change other people's lives. So even if he did it everything we do is fucking selfish in some way. When you donate to charity out of the goodness of your heart, you're doing it because you wanted to do it. Yeah. You're donating because you wanted to feel good and you wanted that, hey, that check mark that I did something good today. So there's no such thing as a selfless deed, because everything you do has a reason.
That's so fair. That's so fair. And even at the end of the day, like, you do something for someone, but you do expect something in return. Even if it's just a thank you.
Yeah. Even if it's just a thank you. Yeah, I agree. I think you could do it for nothing, but it's the little appreciation that you get. Like I find myself, I do a lot for others because I want to. And when I'm like the best version of myself, I try to do things for others. And I don't want anything back other than there's a sign of appreciation. Yeah. I don't need money. I don't need, oh, thank you so much 100 times. Like, no, just, hey, thank you. That's it. I appreciate you or something. Like I appreciate you is one of my favorite things that people say. Yes. Like, when someone says like, I appreciate you, I'm like, fuck yeah, I appreciate you too.
I love that.
Me too.
Legacy.
P3? It's okay.
No,
You're good.
don't
You're
say
good.
sorry. We appreciate you.
Now you see, you're saying a lot. Trust me. It's my favorite thing to say to people.
We say it to each other all the time.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
so,
Just like the
you're
best.
just so grateful for someone. Like,
yes,
I'm so grateful for her in my life.
likewise.
Do you tell her?
I tell her every day.
All the time.
Do you tell her?
Yeah, all the time.
Every freaking day.
I always say thanks for being you.
Yeah, I love that. But it's just like, that's just like, we're grateful for life.
Yes.
And the people that are brought into this life. So like, similar to you, like, you love that feeling. We also love giving it.
Yeah.
It like makes you tick. Like, it's like,
100%.
I want to show love. I want to be loved, and I want to show love.
Yeah.
I know people that like don't give out compliments freely or easily. I'm just like,
They're
why?
unhappy
Like,
with themselves.
yeah, it's just like, yo, like I love. Do you know how many times I see strangers that I haven't seen in months or like weeks, and I'll be like, hey, like I saw, like you're glowing. I love this for you. Like I'm really happy. Like, are you happy? Like, and they're like, yeah, actually, yeah, Ricky. Like things are going really well. I'm like, good. Actually, I got a funny story. So I was in LA a couple of weeks ago, and I finished this run club. We like cold plunge, and I was just like, I'm just gonna hang around. I ordered an acai bowl. I'm just gonna hang around because I'm on like, I forget what street, Abikini in Santa Monica or Venice or something. It's like a popular show. I'm like, you know what? Something's gonna happen to me. I'm just a lucky guy. Something cool's gonna happen. So I'm standing there waiting for my acai bowl, just kind of looking around. And I see this person coming down, like walking down the street, and she's glowing. And I'm like, fucking right, that person looks so happy. She got a bunch of roses in her hands the day after Valentine's Day. And I'm like, this person's fucking glowing. Aren't we internet friends? Like I didn't know her personally, but she's like, we've spoken on the internet before. And we look at each other, I'm like, holy fuck. She's like, Ricky. I'm like, oh my God, like what are the chances? I'm like, by the way, like, what do you do? She's like, I'm handing out roses to people on Valentine's Day. I'm like, it's fucking great. Do you mind if I join you? So we walked together for a good probably hour while she's handing out roses. Like she was going to some bakery. And we had such a good, wholesome interaction. Like later that night, I sent her a text. I was like, hey, like I don't like to give this compliment too freely because it's like my most cherished compliment. But I'm like, your energy right now is like glowing. Like your vibe and your energy is like unmatched right now. Like, I don't know if something really good is happening in your life or maybe something really good's about to happen, but like, I hope you're enjoying this moment. And she's like, Rick, you're going to make me cry. Like, thank you so much. I was like, you deserve to hear that. Like before I even knew it was you, like you were glowing walking down the street. So I'm the type, I will give compliments very freely, and people are like, oh, you shouldn't say it because then they lose their meaning. I'm like, fuck out of here.
Interesting. That's an interesting perspective.
So people say the more compliments you give, the less they matter. It's like, no, because to that person on that individual day, that compliment meant the world
and
to
they
them.
don't know how much you're giving out.
Yeah. And it's like, even then, like when I did this ad with DoorDash for Valentine's Day, we went to Union Station, we handed out roses and like gift cards and a whole bunch of things. So this one young lady walks by and I was like, hey, happy Valentine's Day from DoorDash. I handed the rose. I said, hope your day's filled with lots of love. That was like my little cheesy line I said at the end. 5 minutes later, she walks back and she's like holding the rose like she's about to give it back to me, like tears like almost like in her eyes. And she looks at me, she's like, hey, like I just want to let you know, like I'm having a really shitty day. Like, you know, my morning was not it. Like this changed my day. Like, thank you so much. And I'm like, fuck, such a little gesture.
Of course.
And maybe it was the rose, maybe it was like, hey, have a good day. Maybe it's just a stranger smiling to you sometimes. Something as little as that. Like a small gesture can make such a big difference in someone's life. And you know, to give someone a small compliment, hey, like I see you changed your hair today, it looks great. Whether you mean it or not, like fuck it. To that person, it's so well received. Especially my office, I work with a bunch of, you know, middle-aged women. So when I notice their hair, you know that's something that they thought about. They would, even if I don't like it, I'm like, hey, did you change your hair? Fucking love it. Good for you. Love it. And like, I feel like those are the things you should be doing. And like, again, obviously you want to mean your compliments, but if you know it's meaningful to that person, then give it. Just give it.
I love that. Just give it.
Yeah, just give it.
Tell the camera that.
Yeah, maybe it's like Nike's next slogan. Just give it.
Give it.
What about you guys? You guys give compliments a lot to people?
I noticed there was like a point like years ago that I was like, hey, beautiful, to some random girl. And she like lit up. And now I'll always call every girl beautiful. Hey, beauty. Hey, beautiful. And this and that. And it's cute because it's a chain reaction. Like every time I see people at Equinox, they're like, hey, beautiful. I'm like, hey, beautiful. Bye, gorgeous.
And look at the smile on your face, just thinking about it, telling the story right now. Like you're fucking smiling.
It just changes the energy of the room.
It does.
It's amazing. Yeah.
I'm actually at work. Everyone actually makes fun of me. And they're like, why do you call like clients love and like sweetheart and like beautiful and like gorgeous? And I'm like, because they are beautiful people. Yeah. But also it just lightens the mood. Totally. Like 100%. The world is so miserable right now. And it just lightens
you
the
are
mood
100% correct.
with like playfulness. Yes, like you want to be playful. And I actually learned a lot from you because she is the most playful person. Like she's literally a 7-year-old.
I love this.
And
You
it's
are
so,
a child.
It's so
Just wait
beautiful.
until you find what I've hidden around the apartment. Yes.
I'm excited. But
It's
just like
fun.
those playful moments is what makes life worth it.
Yeah.
100%.
And if you're like serious and like so like down and like you wonder why you don't get stuff back to you, right?
I believe I'm the luckiest person alive. And people are like,
but
Same.
why?
Yeah.
so they're, and everyone's saying, how are you lucky?
Yeah.
Because I just notice the good things that happen. to me.
Yes.
Exactly.
And that's it. Am I actually luckier than anybody else? No. But do I notice a lot of really
Yes.
good things happen to me? Yeah. And the more I put these good things out into the world, the more I notice even more good things.
Yes.
And then it's a snowball effect. Do you ever think I noticed the 10 red lights I got in a row? Never. I've never once pointed it out. The 10 green lights I got on the way to work, I'm like, holy fuck, that's crazy.
It's a great day.
I got like the only bad luck I have is traffic, which I'm trying to not let affect me.
Yes.
But I notice all the good things that happen in my life, and I'll point them out. I'm like, I'm going to the airport today. Something good's gonna happen to me. I fucking know it.
It's beautiful.
And then I get there, there's a massive line. I'm like, oh shit. But then I get to the front desk and somehow the emergency exit row is available and my plane leaves on time. And people are like, how's that lucky? I'm like, you just asked for the seat, you paid for it, you got it. I'm like, yeah, but it was available.
Yeah.
And my flight left on time,
So true.
which is lucky.
Yeah.
Very rare these days.
Yeah, very rare. So I'm like, the more you think about you're lucky, the more you put that positive energy into the world, the more you get it.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm big on energy. Like I and vibes and juju and all the whatever. My mom's Brazilian, so she's into all the superstition voodoo shit. But I truly believe that, and you can feel people's energy.
Yeah.
Like, there are people that I'm just like, I don't want to be around you. There's something about you that just fucking like it just spooks me.
Yeah.
And you feel it. You feel like a shift and you
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
And people say it's just, they're just smiling. It's like, no, it's not just a
Oh,
smile.
you can tell.
Because people can just fake a smile this whole time. But there's some people that I'm just like, even the ones that aren't smiling, I'm like, like, there's something about you. I want to chat with you more. I want to know your story. Like that's the best part about having a podcast.
Yes.
Like sometimes I challenge people and I'm like, when you on my podcast, like, for what? I don't have a following. Like, I don't care about your following.
Right.
I feel like you have a good story, you have
Yes.
good energy. Like,
Yes.
what are you doing next Thursday? Like, let's get you on the podcast.
Yeah.
we're honored.
Yeah. We'll get you guys on. We'll do like a cross episode.
Love it.
The second episode, and he chose to come on ours.
That's
We're very
magic.
honored.
No, I love this.
Of course, though. I mean, I don't know. Just it is like that's magic, but and of course,
Lucky.
Yeah. So then, question for you: when you find yourself on days when you're a little bit depleted, what do you do to reground, recalibrate yourself?
I do everything that I would have done if I wasn't having a bad day. So those days where I'm not feeling 100%, I still go to the gym. I still check in with my friends. I still listen to my favorite songs and the music. If I had plans that night, sometimes there are times I've bailed on plans because I'm not 100%. But if it's something that I know I could just go through the motions, let's say I got hockey or something after work, I'll go to hockey. And just doing those things and being surrounded by people, sometimes they know that you need that energy and they'll give you that energy.
Right.
Or sometimes they'll know that, hey, Ricky's a little, instead of asking, hey, what's wrong? They'll be like, oh, hey, tell me about your LA trip. And it's like, fuck, maybe that was what I needed to get out of my phone. Just talk about how much fun I had in LA for 4 days. Or, hey, Ricky, aren't you going to Vegas to run a half marathon this week? It's like, fucking right I am. I'm doing blah, blah, blah. It's like, next thing you know, like a couple hours go by, I'm like, fuck, I'm great again.
Yeah.
And like, for me, it's just staying consistent with who I am and what I'm about, even on the off days. Yes, do I have days where I just sulk and do nothing? Yeah, I have those days too. I binge watch a show. It doesn't happen often, but there are days that happens. But the days where I don't feel like me and I'm not filled with love and excitement and smiles and good juju, I still go through the motions and I still do everything that I'm supposed to do because that's me. That when you're in a funk, you can't expect to do different things other than the things you love to do and expect to get out of that funk. If Pilates is your thing and you're going through a rut, fucking double down on Pilates. Double down.
To your point, I noticed recently, like because of the workload's been so high, usually I'll do a practice, like a self-practice all the time. And it's yoga, whatever, it's a discipline. Like if you treat it as a discipline, then it becomes like you grow from it, from every experience. And having not been doing a certain discipline, just giving and giving, I noticed that my sense of self-worth has been externalized. And I'm like, oh no, this is interesting. And it's a cool experience to be able to go through something like that and then see how much your own practice centers you. And so it's been an interesting few weeks.
We often give to others so easily and so freely that we forget to give to ourselves. And people forget, if you don't give to yourself, if you don't fill your own cup, you can't fill anybody else's. And I've said this so many times, there's a reason why if the plane is going down, and a lot of planes been going down lately, they tell you to put on your mask before you help others. Because if you're not whole, you can't help. When my cup is full, I'm helping everybody just because I fucking love to. I'm so filled with joy and happiness, and I got so much love. Like the other day, I just sent people Starbucks. I was just like, I sent it to a friend, like one specific friend. I was like, hey, here's $10, coffee on me today. And then I was like, fucking right. That felt so good. I was like, I posted on my Instagram story. I'm like, here's $200. Like, everyone help yourself to a coffee. So like, cute. I felt so good. And like, I had a little bit more to give because I've been doing well lately. And I just feel so full. Did you know a fucking stranger sent me $10 for Starbucks the next day? Like, hey, Ricky, I appreciate what you're doing to these strangers. I didn't get a coffee, but I feel like that you deserve this.
You're starting it's a movement. It's literally a movement. You're literally spewing positive energy to people that don't receive it much.
But then it's like when they get it, it is a drug. Like positive energy. Once you feel this good,
you're like, I never want to let it go.
And anytime I feel myself like kind of slipping into like a place of that's not this, I'm like, I need to get back because I know how good this feels.
Right.
And there's days where that I say like a 1 out of 10 day or 5 out of 10 day or 10 out of 10. The days that are 5 out of 10 doesn't mean it's a bad day. It's a normal day. 5 out of 10 is a very middle of the pack day. Okay, let's appreciate those days because now when we're there, we know what the 10s feel like. Let's work our way back there. And then when you get in, and it's still not a 1. So we're trying to avoid those 1 out of 10 days because when you get to those ones, life is tough. Life is tough. But when we're at 5A, appreciate those days. It's a very normal. I remember when I was depressed thinking, I just can't wait to have a normal day again. I can't wait to have a 5 out of 10. I don't even need a 10. As long as I get out of this 1 or 2, I'm A-okay. And then you get to the 5 and then you get to the 6 and the 7. And then when you go back down to 5, it's like, hey, it's not a 1. It's not a 2. I appreciate that this day because nothing bad's happened. Like during COVID, nobody close to me died. I didn't lose a single fucking person close to me. And COVID was tough days and those are dark days. But again, not a 1, not a 2. So even though I'm having a 5, I'm still enjoying life because again, my people are here. I'm physically and mentally healthy. Like, and I'm not at that place I was before. So yeah, like I wasn't a 10, that's for sure, but it wasn't a 1. So again, appreciate like that middle kind of static, that middle ground where it's like, fuck it, we appreciate this.
And you're constantly rating yourself too. Like you're constantly rating it because then you're like, I know what a 10 feels like. I know what a 4 feels like. I'm okay at a 6 today.
And you know what? Actually, at the book event, a young lady said, she goes, we often forgive others so easily and so freely, but we're the hardest on ourselves. Somebody makes a mistake, a friend, you have a bad podcast episode, you're like, don't worry about it, shake it off, we'll get it next time. But then if you have one yourself, you're like, fuck, I suck, why do I do this? But you beat yourself up. It's like, whoa. Since when did we start being so easy on others and so hard on ourselves? It used to be the other way around. You'd be hard on others, easy on yourself. So we got to get back to that because when you're easy on yourself, like again, those 5 out of 10 days, it's not bad. Hey, it could have been better, but fuck, it could have been a lot worse.
So that period that you were depressed, stuck, what was it?
So this would have been about 7 or 8 years ago now. And the way I describe it is your life is held up by pillars, like the key important things in your life, your family, your friends, your career, your hobbies, whatever it may be. If one pillar falls or is shaky, no big deal. You got the other ones holding you up. Another one gets shaky, cracks, no big deal. You got the other 3 or 4. When they all start to crack, your this kind of platter that is your life starts to teeter-totter. And that's what happened to me. My family wasn't as strong and connected as we are now. My best friend was traveling at the time. All my friends had girlfriends. We weren't partying. We weren't hanging out. We weren't chatting as much. Work was stressful at the time. I wasn't enjoying it. My going to the gym wasn't bringing me the same joy. My relationships at the time weren't strong. So all these things kept happening. I remember one day I went out drinking the night before and the next morning I woke up early to go to work just like I would normally. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, fuck, I'm not okay. Called my mom, went to therapy. And I worked on getting back to who I am and strengthening those pillars so that this wouldn't happen again. And now when I find that a pillar is starting to crack or get shaky, okay, why? What can I do? What is in my power that I can do to make this right? Maybe I'm not seeing my friends enough. Okay, let's call them. Let's get them on the phone. Let's try and make plans. Okay, my job isn't going well. Why? What can I do to make it better? If there's something that's usually with the family, say, hey, let's sit down, let's fix this because we're not going anywhere. Friends, what hobbies, whatever it is, there's never been a moment where I don't, at least in recent years, where I make sure that I'm doing what I need to do for me. I need to travel because that's one thing I love and I prioritize. If I don't have travel for 6-8 weeks, I'm like, fuck this. I got to figure something out. And that's why I started traveling alone. Because there'd be times where I'm waiting for other people, and then I don't end up doing it because somebody bails or they make plans with somebody else. I'll go alone. Because travel is one of my pillars. If I'm not traveling, that pillar is shaking. And if that pillar goes down, okay, what pillar's next? And once you start letting those pillars fall, instead of maintaining them and making them stronger, your life will crumble. If you let those, those things that mean so much to you fault, you're gonna falter. It's just like, if that made sense.
Totally.
You guys get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you let these things happen, that's why even going to the gym, people are like, oh, you can take the day off today. It's like, no, I can't.
I know.
Because this is what I do for me each and every day. Even if I go there just to walk for 30 minutes on the treadmill to check my emails, I will be there every day. You know, today I went for a run this morning at fucking -10 with the wind, -20, just because that's what I said I was going to do. And I was dead tired and I didn't want to, but I said, I'm going to the gim. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. And I went and it sucked. Yeah. But I still showed up and I still got it done because that's what now I feel great. Yeah. It's tough in the moment sometimes. It was -20, but yeah. So what do you guys do for you? What do you do? What's one thing that each of you do to show your self-love?
I would say maintaining a healthy lifestyle. I like I'll have my drinks, whatever, but making sure that I'm eating superfoods, nutrient dense foods. I don't get to eat all that much considering lately it's been a little bit chaotic. So when I do eat, I want to make sure that I'm eating things that I love, sourdough bread. I'm like, it doesn't matter. As long as it's quality things, makes me happy, makes my brain happy, vitamins, all this stuff. Brain health is so important. Gut health is so important because we have like this whole world going on inside of us and things go wrong there. And then they send up messages here. And it's just like, all right, so that's important. But I also started to commit to walking 8K a day, every single day. Like I'll have every single
Even
day.
in the winter?
In treadmill.
Wow.
Okay. Indoors.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, it's been the best thing ever, to the point where people are noticing and they'll join on the treadmill. Now we're having treadmill chats and it's good because people see you putting in the effort and they're like, why? You've taught 6 or 7 classes. And I'm like, still did your 8K? I'm like, sure did, for sure, because it's important. It's ideally, I would like to get back to doing my own yoga practice and it's coming because the class load is going to be less soon. But until then, it's just going to be a mental thing. Right?
You just got to do it for you. That's it. As long as you show up for you, that's what matters.
And that's where the discipline comes in. I think you need awareness of, okay, so are things on track? Am I on track? And then if not, what do I do to get better?
And there's days that even if you don't, let's say you have a bad day, you screw up, something happens. Not the end of the world.
No.
It's not the end of the world at all. Acknowledge, hey, I had a bad day or I had a bad week. Fuck it, I had a bad month.
Yeah.
How do I get back on track? What small steps can I take to get back on track?
And know that, 3 out of the 7 days, you did it. Mm-hmm. And then the rest of the days, those can be your off days. Yeah. That's okay. Totally. You don't have to go 99% 7 days a week.
You don't have to.
But just, I feel like some people get so down on themselves because they're like, oh, I didn't go to the gym for 3 days in a row. And it's like, yeah, but the whole month, look at the month. Mm-hmm. You went 5 days every week. You're okay. Mm-hmm. 3 off. You're fine. It'll be okay.
and the great thing about this is people need to start, and I'm not saying people in general, just anyone who beats themselves up because they missed 3 days, the best part about this is there's tomorrow.
Yeah.
You will go to bed. Yeah. There's a very good chance you're going to wake up tomorrow. Show up tomorrow.
And have grace.
That's it.
Yeah. Have grace with yourself.
And go be easy on yourself, but show up. Whether it's a bad workout, whether it's a quick workout, and again, not working. Let's say it's eating, whatever it is that each person does for themselves, try and do it. And I get life gets busy and life gets hectic. But prioritize that little bit of self-love and whatever that self-love is for each person. Mm-hmm. It's so important. Yeah. And I preach this all the time. And I'm almost proud to say I'm borderline selfish. Not even borderline. I am selfish. I prioritize and put myself first above anything and everyone. You have to. And even sometimes when I'm like, well, you can't do that when you have kids. I say, when I get there, maybe my attitude will change. I don't got kids. So I don't have to think like that. Yeah. Right now, I prioritize myself. And it's led me to one of the best places mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, everything. Yeah. And I'm so content and I'm so happy with where I am because I prioritize myself first. Yeah. I notice when I start to put others first. And sometimes I do it because I want to, sometimes I do it because I think it's the right thing to do. Right. Well, you know what? The right thing to do doesn't mean shit sometimes. Because if it's not right to you, then who cares if it's the right thing for somebody else, Oh, you need to attend this event because so-and-so needs you there. It's like, well, do they? Yeah. I matter that much to this person that they need me there? Mm-hmm. Then they should have called me. We should have been talking all week. I get invited to weddings sometimes. I haven't spoken to you in 6 months.
What do you want from me?
Why am I invited to this wedding? I don't have, people that go to 24/7 the weddings all the time. Good for you. I really love it. Respect it. I say no. I'm just hey, I'm not that close to you anymore. Mm-hmm. But back to what I was saying is prioritize yourself and your self-love and just watch how much better your life gets. But sorry, you didn't answer the question. What do you do to show love to yourself?
What do I do? So I find creativity and spirituality. Like those are my two buckets. So my Sonder stuff that I do when I get people together, we run events, like we be creative. I get a bunch of photographers, videographers in a room. That's what makes me like so happy.
Oh,
like
she shines in that room. She shines.
That's what makes me happy when people are together being creative, because I don't think we do that enough. For myself though, honestly, like Othership has been very therapeutic for me. I'm at about 40 classes. So
good for you.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like when you have a bad day, that is where I go.
Yeah.
And that just rejuvenates my soul to a point where it's like, wow, this is what I needed today. And I always find like, I feel like I'm a very lucky person as well, because I notice those lucky things. But every time I go to a class, like it'll be random too. Like I'll just like be like, okay, 7:30 class, let me go. Won't even look at the title. That is a class though that I needed. And that is a class that resonates with what I'm going through in that time. So yeah, it's a form of therapy. Shout out to Othership. Have you been?
So yeah, I've been to Othership too, but I cold, my mom is into this cold plunging stuff. So my mom bought a cold plunge, but even today after this actually, so I'm going to this workout class, but then I got one of the rooms at Sweat and Tonic, the sauna cold plunge room, because I love that stuff too. I believe putting your body and your mind through something that is challenging is such a good test for yourself on like whether it's a weekly or a monthly basis. Like even when I do these half marathons or this marathons or whatever it is I'm doing, if you can challenge yourself and complete it, just showing up. And I love the things that it's not me versus you or me versus you. It's just me versus myself. Yeah. All I got to do is complete it. Yeah. You know, I ran a half marathon in Vegas last weekend with my best friend. That looked
absolutely insane.
It was. Maybe not so much for this conversation, but it was an absolutely amazing run. But me and my best friend ran it. And before I'm like, how you feeling? We're going to crush it. Say, hey, we're going to finish it. Yeah. Whether it takes us 2 hours, whether it takes us 2.5 hours, whether it takes us 3, we're going to finish it. And that was it. We were there. We're not trying to break records. We're not trying to, you know, beat our personal best. No, we're there to run it together because we're best friends and we haven't done something like this in years. So we were there. So like, we took us 2.5. It was 2 hours and 36 minutes. Out of all the ones I've run in the last few years, by far my slowest. Like 20 minutes, 30 minutes my slowest. Yeah. But we had so much fun together.
Yeah, that's incredible.
You know, and like after that night, my friend didn't make it out. He was struggling a little bit, but I went out for dinner after. I'm sitting at Beauty in Essex in Vegas by myself. And I posted about this. I was going to sit at the bar. And I normally, when I go for dinner by myself, I sit at the bar, strike up a conversation with the bartender, and you smile at enough people, you make some friends. It's a very easy concept. But I was like, you know, I'll take my seat at my regular table. I'm going to sit by myself and just like kind of sit here peacefully. And I did. And I was just thinking about, you know, the last 7 weeks of the year, 2025. And I was just thinking about how much I've accomplished, how much I've done, how grateful I am for everything that's happened. Yeah. There are things I just think about and somehow like I managed to do them. You know, I think about going on this trip and then it's like I plan it, I go on it and it goes amazing. You know, I wanted to do book signings. I did a couple book signings. I have a couple more coming up. I just think about doing, let me do this guided journaling experience and it went off well. Like, and it's, what the fuck is a guided journaling experience? Honestly, I don't know, but we did one. Like it was fun. So I just keep thinking like all the things I've got to do in the last 7 weeks. Like I've accomplished more in 7 weeks than I've accomplished in years of my life. And I just sat there and I was so grateful for it. I posted, I think I had like 300 DMs of people just be like, Ricky, like I needed this today. I'm like, this had nothing to do with you. They're like, no, you just being grateful for your life reminded me how grateful I need to be for mine or how grateful I am for mine too. Because sometimes comparison is the thief of joy. We know that. But sometimes you see someone else being grateful, like, oh, I did all these things. It's like, well, fuck, I did a lot of these things too. Like, holy shit, I should be so proud of myself.
And isn't it beautiful too that, so people looking at you, it's like, it shows that they're capable. Like they can get to that point too. If you're doing it and you're not average, but you're just a man trying things. Like I'm sure others could do it as well.
I always joke about this. I say I have very few talents in this world. Like very few talent. Like
I think
if there was a talent contest,
I have to fight you on that. I think you have a few talents.
If there was a talent contest, I don't know what I would do on stage. I don't have a talent that I could do something like that. But my talent is I will show up each and every day. Yeah. And that's not a special talent. That's nothing special either. But that is my talent that I show up each and every day. But it's something that every single other person can do. It can be taught and it is not hard. And showing up for me is different than showing up for you. And everybody's showing up is completely different. Whether you're showing up for your career and your daily goals, your weekly goals, or whether it's showing up for run and half marathon or social, whatever it is, just show up each and every day.
And that's what inspiring.
And that's what I try and do every day. I just show up for me because I love myself and I want to be this best version of myself and I want to live the best, happiest life I can. So I show up each and every day. And I tell people, just show up. Whatever showing up looks like to you. And don't compare yourself to other people showing up. Because if you compare yourself to me, who's doing a million different things, you're always gonna feel like your glass is half full.
Yeah.
But decide what showing up is for you. And sometimes showing up is just getting out of bed.
Yeah.
Just getting out of bed and making it to work without a mental fucking breakdown. And that is A-okay. It is A-okay if that is just enough for you.
Yeah.
So like, again, if you're gonna compare yourself to others, compare yourself to what they're like it is. So that this person's a musician, they play shows every day. Great. What is you? What do? You go to work every day, you show up every day. Well, good for you. You're on the same level then.
Yeah.
You don't compare yourself to other people's fame and social media and all these, smoke and mirrors. No, whatever is showing up is to you. Just show up each and every day.
I love that.
I honestly love it too. And I tell people, like,
That's
look,
beautiful.
don't compare yourself to me because my me is completely different than your yous, right? Like I love to travel and I thankfully I'm in a position that I can travel every other weekend and I can get on red eyes and make it to work on the Tuesday morning with no problem. And I can go to the gym and I can do it because that's me. I built my life and I've trained my body and my mind to do those things. But I can't play music 7 days a week. I'm trying to. I told you I'm playing this banjo. I'm trying to play. I just can't show up to do that every day. But there are people that'll show up to play their instrument 7 days a week and not show up. There are some people that might be struggling right now and they're listening to this and they can't get out of bed. Just getting out of bed and making it to work and doing the 2 things on your to-do list that you had set up for tomorrow to do, that is showing up. Just get whatever it is showing up is for you. Just make sure you do it and do it for yourself, not because other people want you to do it.
Yeah.
That is so beautiful. I love
think
that.
so, yeah.
I
was just going to say, so there is one question. You talked about the 7, like these are the best 7 weeks of your life, which is amazing. What would you, if you had to label this chapter of life, what would the title be?
Oh, that's great. I know this sounds bad, but it would just be like living. Like I find that there's been periods in my life where I was, working really hard. And, there's been periods of my life where I was trying really hard. And there's periods of my life where I was, lying to myself and to others really hard.
Yeah.
Right now, I am living really hard. And I'm doing the best to live because, if COVID taught us anything is that life can be gone tomorrow. And, you hear these tragic, wild stories of friends or friends of friends that are leaving this place way too soon. And if there's one thing that when I'm on my deathbed, I will not be fucking begging for more time. If I go tomorrow, knock on wood, I will say, you know what? Fuck, it's been great. Let me finish my drink and I'll meet you there shortly. Like I am so content with how I've lived my life to this point. Yes, do I want kids? Do I want to meet my person and, travel more of the world? Yeah. But at the 34 years of life I'm at right now, there's not a single thing I don't think I've done that I've wanted to do. Like I was writing my goals in Florida this December before the new year, and I'm very goal driven. I have like my goal list is like 3-4 pages and I break it down by month and by chapters and everything. And I'm looking, I'm like, I don't even know what to fucking write anymore. Yeah. Like okay, so this instrument thing, because I'm musically challenged, that's a big one for the year. Really want to learn an instrument. But I'm like, to travel more. I've traveled so much. Yeah. So it's like, okay, I want to really travel, but I want to do like more, like when I travel, I want to do more in that travel, which I've been able to accomplish this year. I want to connect with more of my friends. I want to do more events, meet more people in real life. But like, I'm like, okay, do I run another marathon? Like I did it. Like I'm not really running a ultra marathon. I think that's a little fucked up. Like people are like, you have to do an Ironman. I'm like, there's no part of me that wants to try that at all. Like I've done a half and that was cool and fun. I'm glad, but a full is just out of the question. But like, I don't know what else to do because I've been really focusing on living. Yeah. And like I fucking wrote a book last year. That was wild. Like I was not expecting that. Like, so I've done all these things that I never could have even imagined 5 years ago. So if there was a chapter, it would just be like living. And maybe the chapters before would be trying, working hard. I don't know what the other ones would be. And maybe the next chapter is just going to be being grateful. I don't know what the next chapter, but this one is definitely living.
Okay. I love that.
I'm curious. I have to ask. What's your outlook on life? What do you see life as?
I'm like a glass is always half full. Like the glass is never mind half full. The glass is always fucking full to me.
It's always full. Yeah.
It is always full because I would never wish depression upon anybody, but I almost wish people would be depressed for a small period of life because once you come out of that and you know what those days look like, when you know what a 1 out of a 10 looks, and I was never suicidal. I never wanted to take my own life or anything, but there were days where I didn't want to wake up. You know, I've told the story before. There was a day, and I used to drive down Spadina and Bremner for anybody in Toronto. There's always a homeless person on that corner. I remember being jealous of that homeless guy, thinking that nobody needs him right now. Nobody's relying on him. That guy can just sit there all day and just chill. Nobody needs anything from him. Nobody wants anything from him. He's just there. Yeah. And, you know, like, it's a sad thought, you know, like, you know, being homeless has got to be one of the hardest things in the world right now. Like, and my heart goes out, especially in the city of Toronto, to anybody who's unfortunate or living in those positions. But I remember thinking, like, I was jealous of that person. I mean, I just wish I wouldn't wake up today. And I'd be very happy with that.
What time of your life were you in?
I would have been about 26.
And what was
27?
Was it like
26, 27?
Career wasn't achieving,
Again,
love
it was
wasn't achieving?
It was a lot of little things coming together to make a big thing.
Yeah.
And I wasn't taking care of them. I was masking things. So, you know, things with my family wasn't good. But, they'll get better. It's like, well, how are they going to get better if you're not going to work on them?
No action was.
You know, my career, I was fighting a lot with people. Okay, well, I'm not working towards fixing these things. I'm just putting Band-Aids. Well, you know, then I'm like, let me just travel because travel fixes all problems. It's like, well, no, because then you get back from travel, those problems are still there. If you're not going to take care of those problems, you're not going to actively try and fix them. We've all been there. We've all been
You try to run away.
You trip to Tulum, that's going to fix it. Let's just go to Mykonos for a week. Oh, that'll be fine. Like, we've all done it, right? But I think I wasn't taking care of the things that needed to take. I was putting Band-Aids on everything instead of stopping and taking care of them. And a good example is this last year when me and my partner broke up. Usually the old Ricky, I would have started drinking more, partying more, you know, meeting more women, just masking the pain and using other women as the Kleenex for the pain, right? You know, to wipe the tears away. It's like, no, instead this time I took care of myself. I quit drinking for like 2 months, cold plunged every day, worked out every day, spent time with people that mattered to me. Like I hung out with my mom and my best friends all the time. Like, and I had a different approach to it. And then, you know, fucking couple months later, this book just magically kind of finishes itself. And you're like, holy shit. Like, if I was 25, I would have, you know, had sex with a bunch of random women and it would have been meaningless and it would have meant nothing. And 6 months later, I would have missed my ex. Instead, I took the time, I worked on myself. I took care of my mental health, my physical health, and I did the things that are important to do. Because I learned from those lessons. But 25-year-old Ricky would have made so many stupid mistakes.
Yeah. And look at where your focus was. Yeah. Like your focus was on career. Your focus was on creating. Your focus was on you. And then all of a sudden, all these things started coming to you.
You know, I didn't hurt anybody in the process. Like this is, you know, I've been in, when I was at my worst, you know, I hurt people for no reason. And I hate saying this quote, but it's so true. Like hurt people hurt people. Yeah. You know, and it's such a shitty thing to say. It's such a shitty thing to do. But in the heat of the moment, you don't realize it and you don't even care that it's doing because you're hurting. Well, this time it's like, I'm not going to just use somebody else because I'm hurting. It's like, no, I'm hurting. And I know I'm hurting. How do I get out of this? What are the things I do for me? Working out, cold plunge, spending time with the people that matter. And I'm not saying I got out of it and I felt great. No, there were days where it sucked too. There were days I'm like, fuck, like, why the hell did I get dumped? Why am I not good enough? Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? But then you come to the realization, it's like, no, hey, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't anybody's fault. It ended, and that's how life goes. Sometimes you pick the wrong person, or sometimes it's right person, wrong time, whatever the situation is. And I'm very grateful it happened because, you know, like, again, something so great came out of us. I wrote a fucking book. Again, every time I say it, I still surprise myself. I'm an award-winning author. Like, that's fucking crazy. Like, I bought the trophy too. Like, it came with a plaque. I'm like, no, I want the trophy. Like, yeah, so it's like I'm going to like.
And by the way, it's an amazing book.
Thank you, I appreciate you.
I accidentally bought 2 tickets to your event. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do actually. Yes. She should have came.
I know.
I think I was teaching.
But honestly, it was worth every single penny.
Thank you.
And I didn't even like blink. I literally was like, oh, okay, whatever. It's meant to be.
Yeah, it was like,
it was amazing.
I didn't think it was ever going to happen, and it happened. And, you know, I'm doing a book signing at, you know, Chapters Yorkdale and Chapters Woodbridge. Like, Chapters Yorkdale, like, that's the mall I grew up at as a kid. Like, I think I had my first kiss at Yorkdale. Like, you know, Chapters Woodbridge. Like, you know, my parents live in Vaughan. Like, that's there. If they go to the bookstore to buy books, like, they're going to that Chapters. Yeah, and I'm doing book signings at both those places. Like, you know, I got recognized in New York because someone like knew I was writing a book. And I'm like, that's fucking cool.
This is amazing.
You know, and I get the nicest DMs all the time from people just like, yo, like, it's so refreshing to see somebody like sharing these thoughts and being vulnerable and being open, especially in a time when, you know, this masculine male toxicity, whatever you want to call it, is going out there. Like, no, it's okay that Men can be emotional. There's nothing wrong with men being emotional. Like there's nothing wrong with people asking for help, saying I'm not okay, saying, hey, I don't think I can do this.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong. There's something wrong with not saying those things, especially if you're feeling it. Then you're just kind of pushing it down. And that's when the really bad things happen. Like, you know, how many men have left this world way too soon because they couldn't talk about these things, or they were battling issues and problems that we couldn't see, and they never asked for help because men don't need help. Men are macho, men are tough. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like I got in a fight on Instagram the other day and someone's comments because of it, because I've done everything masculine men can do. You know, I've created businesses, I've made a fuck ton of money online and done all these things. I've had events, I've been with lots of women, I've run marathons, high rocks, I've fucking done it all.
You're a man.
You know, I'm a man. I'm a tough man, right? Fuck. I could run a marathon tomorrow, literally tomorrow. And I'd rather do that than do my book reading again, where I got to read some of those poems out loud to a group of strangers. That was tough. To open up and be vulnerable to a group of strangers. Or like, I remember going to my first therapy session. I fucking cried the whole time. I cried for an hour straight, like uncontrollably. I would much rather run a marathon than go through that first therapy session again. But if I don't go through that first therapy session, I don't make it to the whatever, I'm probably 100 sessions in now. And if I don't do those 100 sessions, I'm not running those marathons. I'm not doing all those other things because I'm not mentally where I am now. And if you don't think the body and the mind are connected, holy fuck, like you got some reading up to do, because they are so connected. It is insane. When you are the best place mentally and physically, holy fuck, that's how luck happens.
Yes. Yeah. And I think the body being in good shape always has messages for you too. Like it's an organism it's the most advanced piece of technology that we'll ever own.
If you take care of your body and your mind, and again, it's simple. Get sleep, drink water, eat real foods, don't eat shit foods, journal, meditate. I don't even meditate, to be honest, but just like be in tune with your mind and your emotions.
I think also, like you said, like reflection. Like you sat by yourself and just reflected on your trip.
How fucking grateful
That's meditating.
I am. Technically, it is meditating. Right? It is, you are correct, actually. It is meditating. But just be in tune with your body and your mind. If something doesn't feel right in your body, like make sure you look at it. If something doesn't feel right in your mind, go look at it. Even if both things feel right, still fucking take a look at them, because maybe you could unlock a new fucking level that you had no idea about. Like some people are like, I don't need to go to therapy, I feel great. It's like, good, your company probably pays for it. Like especially in Canada, we have like free. It's
go release
free
something.
Just go check it out. Just go check it. What's the worst that happens? Just sit there for an hour, realize it wasn't free.
I find people are so scared. And I think like for you, like what is one piece of advice that you could give someone to feel less fearful of being open, vulnerable, and letting your emotions just flow out?
The thing is, and I said this recently too, nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. Like everybody's got their own problems and everybody's got their own issues. Nobody cares what you do. No one, and I mean that again, this is in a positive way. If you think someone's gonna think differently about you because you go to therapy, no, they won't, because they either need to go to therapy or they've been to therapy or somebody they love is in therapy. If you think someone's going to think less of you because you weren't able to accomplish a goal, you came short of a goal, no, because we've all come short of goals before. If you think people are going to think differently because you, I don't know, did X, Y, and Z, then, or you failed to do X, Y, and Z, it's like, no, nobody cares. We are also preoccupied with our own lives, and as we should be too. We are also preoccupied. We don't care. Nobody cares. That's why when I do all these things, like I don't do them for anybody else. I do them for myself. And if I fall short, again, I don't care, because I know if I fall short, hey, you fall short, you fall short. We all fall short. It happens. Sometimes you don't reach your goals. That's how life is. Or sometimes you're not feeling good and it's okay to, again, not be okay. Nobody fucking cares. That's what if I could go back and tell my younger self this, I'd say, go and do everything. Go and do the absolute most, and fucking don't give a damn what anybody thinks. Because you want to know why? Nobody does give a fuck. Nobody cares. So go out and just be authentically yourself. You know, and there's so many people that are battling demons inside, you know, and having fights that we can't see and nobody can know. It's like, yo, just be open, be honest with yourself, because fuck, the more you hide those things, like they're gonna take over your life one day, and you know
they'll eat you alive.
Yeah, literally, they will.
They will literally eat you alive.
You know, I don't know the exact stat, but you know, we know the numbers of like male suicide between like for men between 30 and 40 is like way like the highest demographic by a mile. It's like fuck, like men, like it's okay to not be okay. There's nothing wrong. So some of the toughest, richest men in the world go to therapy or have openly admitted to not being okay.
Yeah.
They have health coaches or mental health coaches, or they have, you know, whatever coach. It's like, it's a good way to just say they go to therapy.
That's a big thing. Team.
Yeah.
They have their people. I always like, my philosophy is like, have your 5 people in your corner. They all give you different things, whether it's business, spirituality, all the wheels of life buckets.
Yeah.
Who are your like 5 mentors that you go to when you're in need?
I have a lot, and again, just for everyone's for different, but my main one is definitely my mother. So growing up, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. She had an education from Brazil, but her education just didn't transfer here. My dad said, don't worry, you take care of the kids. I will provide financially. And my dad taught me so much about entrepreneurship and business and, you know, what it means to be a man in that sense. But my mom provided the other things, the things money can't buy, the love, the support, the, you know, being there for you. And like, I believe that I show up for myself and for my friends because I know what it was like for her to show up for me. You know, when there's something that's important or something that any big moment in my life I can look back on, I remember her being there. So I hope that I'm, you know, a father figure like my dad and I can support that way. But I also hope that I can show a lot of the support that my mom had, that my mom gave, because I believe that's why I came out the way I am. I believe that's why I turned into the man I am today, and then I'm open and I'm honest and I'm, you know, fearless and motivated and all these other things I like to think I am, is because she was a big part of that. And like, you know, my dad and my friends and my brother and, you know, now my little nephew, like there's so many things now that have made me the man I am now. But yeah, she is, if I had to pick one, she's my it.
We need her on the pod.
Elaine, she's been on mine twice.
Oh my God, I have to look at that.
And I love my mom. She's listening, Mom. I fucking love you.
Oh,
she's the best.
So cute.
Yeah, she's my everything.
So
Like I told you, when I battled depression, she was the first call I made. And I said, Mom, I'm not okay. I don't know what the fuck is up. And I remember exactly. I remember this. I was fucking bawling my eyes off on the side of the road in my car, and I just called her and said, I'm not okay. I need help. And she, within 30 minutes, had me booked in therapy, calling me, I'll come get you. We'll figure this out together. She's my rock.
An angel.
And I'm so grateful. I know some people don't have relationships with their mothers like that. And people call me a mama's boy all the time. It's like, you know what? Fucking right I am.
Yeah.
Because some people wish they had my mother.
Yeah.
Some people wish they could cross the finish line at a marathon and look over and know they have somebody there. Or when I've done, you know, you come home from a long trip and you just want someone to say hi to, someone to talk to. I know I got somebody. I do this crazy, I can't even remember all the things I've done where she's been there, you know, taking pictures, cheering me on. And Mom, again, I love you. So
That is adorable.
I love Elaine. Who's it for you? Pick one person each.
My sister.
Your sister? Why?
I have a tattoo of her like when she was a baby. So like she's like here.
Oh, that's so cute.
I know, but she is like I think she's inspired me, supported me for me to be the best version of myself. She continues to do that. She's real. She's probably the realest yogi. Like she's just like I always say, like I don't see good and bad. Like I just see things for what they are. And it's like, okay, that's just happened. All right. Like it is what it is. But yeah, I think my sister has inspired so much growth within me. And she's just a beautiful human. I'm so lucky to have her.
I love that.
I'd
And
say
for
my
you?
dad.
Yeah?
Yeah. I get like emotional talking about it.
So sweet. Yeah, you love your dad. It's the
But
best.
it's just, he shows so much unconditional love in my life. And same with me, like Italian fathers, like they're very entrepreneurial, very like always a provider for the family. So the love that he showed like our family, and I could literally call him at my darkest moments and he'd like run over. He'd absolutely like sprint. And it's just like that type of love is like you can't find.
And you can't buy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I got some friends, and I love my friends to death. Like I had those type of friends that if I killed someone, like they don't even ask what happens. Like, fuck. How we get rid of the body?
Where do I meet
I
you?
got the spot, Ricky. I'm coming to get you. Like they wouldn't even. So like to all my friends, boys, I love you guys. Like I'm very grateful. I'm very fortunate that I was raised the way I was, and I connected with the people I connected with, because I do believe you are the company you keep.
Yeah.
And if I'm the company I keep, I'm very happy with that, because I know I've got a lot of really good people around me. Some people that drive me nuts at times, but they have the biggest fucking hearts in the world. And that's why I keep them around, because I know that people like that are hard to find.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of hard to find people.
Definitely.
Glad I met you guys though.
Yeah,
I know this is so nice, guys. I know we're kind of wrapping up, but no, this is great. We'll get you guys online too. And once you guys get going on the episodes too, because then it's fun to share stories too. Because you guys will have some stories like I have. I've done 300 now episodes. So once you get going, you're gonna have some funny horror stories too, because they do happen. We also have some really like heartfelt stories too, like
right. And like you said, like you just get to connect. When do we take the time to actually like, sit together for an hour? Like we didn't look at our phones.
It doesn't.
We didn't like look at
happen.
anything. So the fact that we get this opportunity to be here right now together, so grateful.
I appreciate both of you.
Yes, appreciate you.
Oh, thank you guys.
Okay, I love that. We're done.
Bye guys.
Bye.